YouTubers, and thank you for tuning in to the Dice of That Toy Review. Today I'm actually going to be doing something a bit more different, I initially thought I was going to be doing toy reviews in the bed, but I've actually got another solution. Let me just go ahead and grab the webcam. I'm actually going to be doing the regular toy reviews on the floor here. And you've got Trackmaster Luke running on Tammy Track. And this is something I would rarely ever do, only play with Tammy Track. I would literally play with both, but this is something quite rare though. I don't often play them, alone, Tammy Track and Trackmaster Track separately. But yes, what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to be taking a look at just 4 water toys. And I was actually quite busy with another project. But there you go. And I'm also going to the cinema as well by the afternoon now, so I might be a lot more late coming back home, at least around 4 or 5 o'clock, I don't know. But we'll see how it goes. Of course, the film I'll be watching at the cinema might be Sing 2, I believe I might be Sing 2. Quite an awesome animated film, it's got a lot of music. Runs for almost 2 hours. I mean, how could you go wrong? But anyways, let me just go ahead and show you what we have. There's actually quite a huge range of Waterbird themed toys. And there you go. Let me tackle this one here first. It's a flip-flop origami Flappy Birds Googly Koi Carp Fishing Red Crown Crane Flop Top Pack. The back of the packaging looks like that. Looks like a mixture between a cartoon, yes, American cartoon, and also a bit of Japanese as well. Oh yes, koi does come from Japan, as always, as per usual. We've actually got a lot more Japanese-related themes going on here. Maybe East Asian, Chinese or Korean, obviously. Let me just get these guys out. Here they come. Oh yes, let's take a look at the fishies as well. They've all got googly eyes. Oh, let's take a look at this bird one here first. Looks a little bit like Magikarp, but it's not, because it doesn't have any yellow patterns on it. It just looks like a generic red-looking carp, or koi carp. My crikey, I just sneezed. That's not very nice. But bless me already though, eh? And hopefully I don't get myself a bit of a bloody sore throat. Here's an orange one. Looking very nice with those colours. It's got a bit of white at the back. Quite weird. Shit again! I just sneezed again! Oh god, I think this is going to be one of those cringy type videos I'll make ever on YouTube, wouldn't it? It certainly would, I suppose, but there you go, that is one of those other koi carps. Yes, it's a koi carp, or is it a goldfish? Because I can tell it's orange, but it looks with It's got googly eyes. You can make the fish look like it's all derpy and whatnot, eh? And here's a yellow one here as well. Looking plain yellow. No detail, in fact. Oh, okay. What I might do is I come in and fix it with a bit of super glue here. And obviously, when I was making those fishies, one of the fish eyes have just pretty much popped out there. That's not a good sign. That just actually, yeah, it literally just falls apart. Well, what I might do is I might fix that eye, that googly eye that just popped off from that red fish, which is not very nice overall, eh? But it is nice to just come in and fix just toys like that. But yeah, I think we need to have a positive note as well. Basically to come in and check on the fishies. And yeah, it looks actually quite good, I suppose, eh? Well, after I've just glued it in quite smoothly. But let me take a look at the other colours. Next, you've also got those red and white koi carps. Bit of a Japanese coloured one, of course, because it's meant to, resemble the Japanese flag of red and white. And you've also got a very interesting white koi carp with grey and red. I'm not sure if you can see it clearly, but I can make its eyes go a bit all googly, if that's pretty much nice. About me, of course. And there's also another carp, which looks like this colour here. It's got like red. There's also got like black on the fins, and also the top just before the dorsal fin. Looks pretty nice. So I've got a bit of a cold today, eh? But at least my throat's fine. Unless if I feel like I've got a frog in my throat. So always as per usual, I'm saying that. There you go. More googly eyes. What of the eyes move? I've got very good looking eye movements here, because I've got googly eyes. And yes, here's that one there with the grey lines and also the red on the front. How could you go wrong with that? But anyways, they look quite nice. And let's take a look at the cranes. The cranes look quite very similar. Of course, they're a species of bird. Obviously, there is a machine called the crane. And cranes are also called like that. They're birds as well. Cranes are machines, cranes are birds. Yeah, can't go wrong with them. And they're meant to represent great fortune and good luck. And there you go. It's quite a nice looking design. It's got like a black neck. It's also got like a long beak which looks like that. Red crown, as you can tell, on the head. There's also the wing detail in here as well. It's a very nice bulky looking bird. It's quite amazing. I've actually realised these guys are quite heavy as well. They weigh about over 3 or 4 kilograms, which is quite heavy for such a bird. And not too bad in the way of being designed. Very similar. Of course, yes, they're the national birds. In fact, one of the other national birds of Japan, but I might be totally wrong because I know there's maybe China as well. I can't really tell, but I believe they're one of Japan's official symbols, particularly if you're flying with Japanese Airlines or Japan Airlines, which is interesting. I've actually got a lot more Japanese products coming up in tomorrow, I suppose. I've actually got there's that new train system that I'm actually making. It's not like the Tomash, that rip-off of Thomas and Friends. Those trains I've been making. It's actually going to be quite different. It's actually going to be involving on bullet trains, I think, and maglev type trains, like the Shinkansen bullet type trains, high-speed trains. And this new 2-inch I'm actually going to be bringing out is called maglev strips. And it's quite a very interesting kind of, how do you say it, toy train system that Flip Lab has been making, because obviously, I was actually doing some research about the maglev system and high-speed train systems across Japan and all that stuff. Got a bit of a Japanese theme today, eh? Okay, because we're talking about Japan, and there's a red-crowned crane name here as well. And, yeah, it actually doesn't look too bad. And there's another one here. Same red-crowned crane. And there's also, in fact, all of the birds here, they all say red-crowned crane, which, in a sense, makes a lot of sense. Very beautiful East Asian type birds. And hopefully you've got all 6 in this review, hopefully. And it looks particularly nice. And mind you, with the Tony set that with Trackmaster Luke running in it, it actually sounds a lot more silent though than it would normally do on Trackmaster Track. But anyways, that's a very good repeat of what we had, of, a very good looking bird. Very Japanese-like as well. Probably another Oriental country you can name as well. Okay, that's this product done. As always, as per usual. Oh! Sorry! I just hit the clock! Oh god! I just when I was flicking the product, it just hit the bloody clock! Okay, let's move on without being so hysterical, eh? Let's move on to the next one here. So Flip Up Origami Eastern Spot-billed Duck, small swimming flop 5-pack. It actually cost about £6.99 or £7. Quite a bit of a realistic duck design, this time. Whenever I first see this duck, or when I first saw this duck, it actually kind of reminds me of, that Pokemon Farfetch'd. That's what I'm thinking of. That's what I'm actually thinking of, that design. Even though it's not really looking like Farfetch'd. Because I know that this species in Japan and also the rest of East Asia, these guys are well known to, well, they don't actually carry leeks, but there's that very weird phrase of a brown duck carrying green onions, also known as leeks. And there you go, that's, of course, the Eastern Spot-billed Duck. It looks very similar to the Pacific Black Duck of Australia and New Zealand as well. And but this is the Eastern Spot-billed Duck of East Asia and Southeast Asia. I believe it originates from China. Japan, Korea, and also Vietnam. Might possibly Thailand, I can't really tell which is which. And you've also got this beak at the front there, which has got like a yellow spot. As you can see, that's a spot-billed duck, obviously by the name of that. And you've also got like a grey sort of beak colorization with brown head markings and a tan looking face. Can't see where the supercilium is, but I'll bet you what, there might be. Very nicely detailed duck. Even it's got like a line missing on that side there. It does have a line like that. It also has like, in fact, all of these birds, they're just nicely detailed. Instead of having black on the wings, they've actually added grey. That's a bit of a cheaper imitation. You know, like a cheaper version of black. And they've got like blue speculums, which is very important to tell. I believe the Indian spot-billed duck has got like green speculums instead of blue. Might be totally wrong, but that's how I remember. All my duck knowledge, I suppose. They look quite nice, those eastern spot-billed ducks. Very similar to mallards as well, as you can tell from the design. And there's the other side of it as well. Yeah, I actually don't find these birds too bad. And if I show you the other eastern spot-billed duck, it feels like getting lots and lots of duck products these days. Some of them have an inconsistency of dark brown, but also some of them may have gone onto the verge of light brown. But does anyone know about that kind of very weird colorization inconsistency going on here? But therefore, these guys are just fantastic in the way they've just been, you know, designed like so. And most importantly, they've also got names like this, Eastern Spot-billed Duck. It's very important to know. In fact, we should do this to all of the ducks here. Obviously, yeah, looks quite nice. I was thinking of, you know, other toys, you know, other toy brands that had ducks. I'm pretty sure Lego had a toy duck with wheels. You know, that's something I can remember, eh? But I'm not going to do one of these because it will be quite extremely cringy and cheesy and a bit, you know, kiddie as well. Oh, no! This duck here hasn't got a name. Let me just go and get the pencil. There you go. That's what I just said. The pencil. Oh, thank God. I'm just going to go ahead and name this bird the Eastern Spot-billed Duck, even though the rest of the other four have already been named. Of course. See how it goes. Ah, there you go. Looks better, doesn't it, eh? Better, isn't it, eh? There you go. Goodbye, pencil. That was just me flicking the pencil straight back to the desk. Don't, you know, attempt this to do, like, you know. In fact, just don't go ahead and attempt to do what I've done. Okay? Anyways, let's just hope I won't hit the clock this time. 3, 2, 1. Whoa! Whoa, just made straight at the back there where the penguin is. Okay, that was something. Let's move on to another flip-flop product. It is a flip-flop origami British Wildlife Collection breeding Great Cormorant Courtship Trio Fishing Competition 5-pack. £8, that's how much it costs. And there's the back of the packaging, which looks like that. Bit of an anime style type artwork. And then also in the packaging, it actually tells me that it says to me that there is a hint of white on the head and neck to resemble pre-breeding feather plumages. I think that's what it says there, eh? Yes, a lot of the cormorants, they often tend to have white on the feathers. Just to represent that they're literally going to be mating before breeding. And let me go ahead and put these guys there out. And let's see if it's true or not. Yes, it almost looks like it's verging. It looks like it's kind of like a black looking cormorant, but if you look closely, it actually does look like that if the black colorization on this part of the head and also the neck, it looks like it's all kind of smeared and smattered. So it does make a bit of sense. But, yeah, so I can still look, it almost looks like it's black, but the only thing that shouts out to me that looks white to me is probably that, you know, white pencil colorization. You know, on the way it's been designed, I think. You know, the way toys are pretty much detailed, are pretty much, you know, they're the way things look. And, they don't look too bad. There you go, that's a beautiful eye design on the cormorants. And there's also, you know, a yellow cheek design here. Obviously they've got like a lighter brown colorization here. It's more like a Rufus type brown design. And they've all got the names, Great Cormorants. And yes, it looks quite nice. I know Trackmaster Luke is getting a bit sluggish on that layer of Tammy Track that I've just built. And Crocky is actually speaking really well. Thank God, eh? And let's move on to the fish. Obviously, two of these are carps. This one is just a regular common carp. It looks like that. There's the other side of it here as well. Oh, crockies, I've been working so hard to get these products done. Looking all fairly nice. Sorry, I've got a bit of a cut there on the thumb there, eh? Because trying to find that adapter piece of, you know, for the Trackmaster / Tammy Track. But I couldn't find it, unfortunately, eh? There you go, let's move on to this one here. This is a yellow carp. It looks like shiny Magikarp. You know, whenever I think of Pokemon, that's like a shiny Magikarp, that colorization there. Now the tail looks quite good. Let me see how these carp work on the fish. Let's see how it goes. Doesn't have to be the same. Of course, I can let this big carp being caught by this great big cormorant here, therefore it's very large. It's a very large looking carp. It does look quite a bit too big for this place though, eh? But therefore it does represent what it is. It's fairly nice. It's a cormorant catching a very large and overly sized carp. That is ludicrously too big. It's like it's wearing a hat. How weird is that? Eh? Oh, I did rhyme. Perfectly rhymes, eh? Let's see if we're going to check why. Yeah, a bit too big that one, I'm afraid. But let me go for the small one here. Obviously, quite interesting whenever I sort of, kind of, you know, play toys in a very radical fashion. There you go. There's that carp attached to that cormorant here, which is a small one, of course. And I don't think I'll be able to get this big one sorted out. I did, but there. I completely failed. Oh no, don't get yourself cut by Trackmaster Luke. Oh, look at that. Two cormorants. With two different types of fish. And there you go. That's strange. That cormorant looks like it's got a very weird light shade of... It's not on a black here, to be honest, eh? On the back. It's quite weird, but nevertheless, it's not too bad. I suppose, eh, for a set like this. In fact, I actually don't mind making toys like this. Quite versatile in the way I produce toys. I mean, you know, you can have something weird and wacky, but at the same time you can have something quite accurate and realistic. Like you know, anyways, flick it like that. Like that one moment I actually drew a picture of, you know, obviously I decided to make an actual picture of Strawberry Shortcake 2021, I think. That's the one I was thinking of. You know, that new Strawberry Shortcake TV show? I'm actually going to be talking about it. Actually, it's more of a web show. I might talk about that in a separate video on the 21st of April, 2022, I think. Well, let's move on to this set here. This is a set that is actually taking inspiration from the other Penguin Club World set, which had like an iceberg on it there, eh? But this one's only just basically a basic lifeguard penguin and lifeboat with items 5-pack product. Costs about £6, which is not surprising, I suppose, eh? Because I've already had a look at this toy before. So I don't know if there's, you know, consistent differences going on with the way I've rendered the toys. I suppose, eh? It looks very similar. I tend to make lifeboat toys quite nicely, eh? Not too bad. Also comes with a telescope as well. Let's see how it looks like. It's very simplistic. It only comes with one penguin. You know, this is actually quite rare, having only just one penguin on a set. And this is actually quite interesting, I suppose. This is very strange, having only just one penguin on a product. Lucky enough, the penguin's quite tall enough, which is nice. I call it Pookie. Here you go, it says the word lifeguard, as you can see. I could have stuck to, like, you know, blue, but I didn't have time. And I also wanted to make sure that the penguin doesn't rip apart when I was trying out colouring pencils and stuff. There you go, that is the entire yellow detailing like that. And if I grab the binoculars here, therefore the penguin must wear it, because, you know, penguins do pretty much wear binoculars or handle binoculars, but only, you know, if it's called penguin. I don't know how to set this guy out here. Therefore, he's a life guardian. It's quite funny that a lot of my yellow penguins are not only just male, but there's actually quite a lot of female yellow penguins. Does anyone know the mystery behind why there's actually quite a lot of female penguins? Please leave in the comments, because I'm sure you guys might be able to understand why a lot of the penguins are quite female, I suppose, which is quite strange. I'm actually having trouble to point the binoculars onto the penguin. They're actually quite hard. Yes, very, very hard. It's quite a very strange looking piece of gear. It's got like blue on the front because that's where the, you know, the lens are. You know, I'm actually having very, very big problems with this. A little bit of problematic issues, Maybe I need to change the way I fold those tabs to give it a bit more consistency on the binoculars. How's that? Does that look quite better enough? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Let's see how it goes. I'll try and fit those in, but it gets a bit tough, Okay, maybe plonk these in. Ooh, yeah. Oh, I think I've done it. Maybe, oh wait. I thought I've done it, but I've just completely failed. See, that's the problem with Penguin Club World, there's always tools involved. But there you go. This is all I can do. Just a penguin wearing binoculars. It's quite weird. I can't move the head there, because, well, there you go. That's what I just did. And it's all I can roughly show it to you. I'm sorry about that one, But what I can do is just pretty much show you the telescope. Like that. It's pretty much nice in the way it handles the telescope. It's quite a nice design. They go like that. I have a penguin staring. We'll just go ahead and zoom out for a bit of a while, and show you how it looks like. Looks like he's having a go. It looks like he's trying to twist his head there, because I want to make sure that the penguin's looking very directly at the telescope. And the lifeboat, it's just pretty much the same. It's got that general on the back. That's just that drawing of grey. And you've also got this life buoy. I mean, it's pretty much very similar to what I did back then, but do I really need toys like this where it has components already being used? Or maybe not. Well, you guys can tell me, because I just can't tell. The only difference I'd probably say is those binoculars, or maybe the only difference that you get is that telescope. It's very similar to what I did back then in Christmas 2021. With those presents and stuff. Anyways, I'll put these back. That was a fantastic Christmas back then, Maybe I should start creating Christmas products as early as maybe after Easter, I think. Okay. Anyway, off you go. Oh! There are penguins! Crikey, it just went over there! A penguin just caught it! Yeah, it just caught its own product! Weird, isn't it, There you go. A Penguin Club World product next to a Christmas penguin. How weird is that? There you go. I think that's how I can pretty much, I think that's about it in this whole video, actually, There's not much I can say here, but, well, what a weird and wacky toy video has been, In fact, it's actually quite easy for me, though, because I'm pretty much speaking quite well, But anyways, if you really enjoyed in this very weird and wacky video, please give this video a like. Golly, why do I have to say those adjectives at the same time again? Why do I keep on saying them? Those two adjectives, weird and wacky. But anyways, subscribe for more of our videos in the future. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. And goodbye for now. And also get most of my track my salute. Just runs around on 20 sets like this. Again, bye for now.